So this is a grainy glass. I filmed it, so it's not just me standing here, sitting here drinking my beer and telling you about it. I did film and I did talk during it, so I'm not gonna talk too much now. There was one thing that I did that I decided not to do, and then I forgot that I decided that, and I went ahead and did it. And that was probably not. That's probably the one thing that kind of got screwy. And when I get to that point, I'll talk about it. Well, here we go. This is me brewing my first Hefeweizen. I'm doing a Hefeweizen, about 2.6 kilograms of wheat malt, that's 55%, 2.1 kilograms Pilsner malt, that's 45%. And then for hops, I'm using Hallertau Blanc. It's not the typical hops you'd use for this, but it's all I could get. And the yeast I'm using is not the ideal, it's not the best option. Safale WB06 Weizenale, but again, it's all I could get. For my water, I have soft water. And I'm gonna put in 2.5 grams of calcium chloride just for this type of beer, and then 1 Canada tablet. I'm gonna do that right now. So I'm gonna crush this baby in there. And hopefully adding this stuff that I'm doing is the right thing to do. I was kind of like, normally when I first started, I wasn't doing any of this kind of like checking into this kind of thing, but I was kind of like, well, you look into Brewfather and it shows you the pH and it looks like it's gonna be kind of high. And then, you know, you can add in acid malt or you can put in lactic acid. Didn't have access to any of those things right now. So I'm gonna put in 2.5 mils, a half teaspoon of lemon juice. Try and bring citric acid, try and bring it. And I know also I could have just been doing this. I'm gonna do a little bit less because I could always do this after if I find out what it is. It is actually a high pH, but I'm just gonna do it anyways. It's not quite a half a teaspoon. Mix that in. Isn't that great? This is water. Yep. Officially brewing. Now you can smell it. Doesn't really feel like you are until you smell that. Oh, there's a big dough ball. This usually takes me about 4 or 5 hours to do, but that's also including, I think, cleaning. And I've only got about that much time. When each step is happening, I can prepare for the next step. I've got that little disc thing in there, so it's not sitting right on the grains. But I can also just kind of have And of course, going to the menus on this thing is always, it's like I'm gonna turn off the whole thing, trying to go through the menu on the system. The user interface on these, I love this thing, but the interface on that is hogwash. Is there any way to do that in the app? Enable PID, yep, right there. Good, okay. So now it's set, because it's going up to 70. And then it drops down to below 65, 63. Then it shoots back up. Just keep going back and forth. It's now at 69, dropping down. Hopefully with PID settings on, it'll maybe be a little bit more regular. We're at the boil. I've added 20 grams of the hops, and with 15 minutes left in the boil, I'm gonna add the rest. I'm not using the hop spider. I'm just trying to keep the cleanup a little bit less. So I'm gonna hope it doesn't clog anything. I mean, it's not a lot of hops. And let me tell you this, I shouldn't have bothered with the whole pH business. I do not know what I'm doing in that sense. I don't even know really my water that well. I know it's very soft. It doesn't, in our area, it doesn't have much in it. I mean, but I don't even know what I'm talking about in terms of. So I've got a sample. I don't even know, like my reader's not even, probably even that good. My meter. So I've got a sample. Let it cool down, try it again and see. But I mean, it seemed like it was a little low. So maybe I didn't need to do what I did. Lesson to learn, lesson to be learned, lesson learned. And so while this is boiling, I've got the fermenter, it's got star sand in it. Check that it's kind of like sealed. And I am going to now prepare my hose on my cooling coil. Make sure that's all set up properly, because that's like the last thing that I need to worry about. And I'll put the whirlpool arm in. I won't run the pump though. So here it is. And so one thing I did do is, so I put it in the keg, all was well, and I had leftover, so I did bottle from the Fermzilla into a few extra bottles, because I'm gonna try and take them with me if it works. I hadn't done that before, so I have not done the bottling before. I put some beer into like 5 bottles using the beer gun, kind of like overflowed and whatever, but I got through that. 1 carbonation drop per bottle. And I'm gonna test it out today. This is actually, how many beers am I gonna be drinking right now? Because I want to compare. I'm comparing. This is a local brewery, Steel and Oak, Hefeweizen. This is 4.8%. Mine came out to 4%. So here's the thing. I checked the gravity, and it was a little low. I think it was supposed to be, if you look at, close to like 1045 or something like that. And it was kind of like 1040. 1039, 1038, I don't know, somewhere around there. That's what the pill was telling me. The wrapped pill. Fermented down to 1008. And it stopped about there. So a little lower than usual, I think. And it's a 4% Hefeweizen. And these ones are all more. This is 4.8. This one here, traditional. Apparently this one's got a little bit different kind of flavoring than mine is going to, but for now, let's try mine. Let's see. I mean, I don't know if I should have a full glass because I got all this other, maybe not have a full glass. Is it good enough? Yeah. Because I cannot, look at that, there it is. It's clear. These are actually supposed to have a little bit of a haze to them, and it does, sort of, but it's actually one of the clearer ones that I've made. Nice frothy foam on it, and it does have that banana scent. I'm picking that up for sure. And I don't know what cloves taste like or smell like, so I can't say if I have that, but I was meaning to test that out. Eat a clove or something, but I haven't. Here we go, let's test it. It's very carbonated. That's what these are supposed to do. Yeah, it's good. It's light on the estery. Doesn't have a lot of that banana, but you do get it. So let me try this one. This one's probably the one that I think is going to be kind of the close. I don't know why. I've never had this one before, but in my mind, look at the color of the can and everything. I feel like it's going to be close. And this is probably the most closest thing to a real glass that you're supposed to have these in. Yeah, the color looks close. Look at that. They almost look the same. Oh, wow. Awesome. Because I was looking at mine going, wow, it's really kind of like bubbly, almost like a champagne. Maybe it's too bubbly. But look at this one. This one's going mental. Oh. A little bit different smell. It's a little spicier. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's like a little fuller in the body, because I don't know what I'm talking about body, but I might say that. This seems a little thinner.
like feels kind of like a lager. I think that's what I would say. Whereas this one, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. It feels more like something else. Expert brewery, expert beer tasting terminology. Oh, I forgot. I forgot that in the end, in the bottom of these cans, I'm assuming that's the case with this one. I don't know. But there's the yeast in the cans, which is what I'm not getting in this because it's in the keg, and I've got the new floated dip tube taking everything from the top. So there's yeast in here at the bottom probably, and I'm not getting that, which you normally would get if you bottled it. And I just made a mistake when I poured this. I didn't pour all of it in. People watching that might have known that. Look at that now. It's totally different. Now it's not clear. See, that's what they're supposed to look like. So mine's clearer than that. But mine probably would look like that. So now it's going to taste different too. God, I'm an idiot. Oh, way different. Now I'm getting the more of the yeast flavors. Yeah, and that tastes really good. Fuller, softer mouthfeel. That being said, this I've enjoyed. It still tastes really nice. Gentle on the flavor, the yeasty flavors. It's a little more gentle on that. I'm curious to know if the bottling worked, and if that it'll be different. And now that we know that this beer tastes nothing like any of the other ones, I'm just gonna set that aside because there's no point in me getting drunk before we do what I'm supposed to be doing. This is, yeah, so anyways, Superman's not like my favorite. I'm not like a Superman. I'm actually traditionally I consider myself a fan of Batman. I like all the Batman movies. But I've always wanted there to be a good Superman. I love the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, you know. I've just wanted there to be a good Superman movie. And I'm optimistic about it. I like the vibe. I just like how it's a positive. So Batman's kind of like negative. I was thinking today, it's easy to make Batman cool. Batman movies can't be that hard to make because all you gotta do is really make it dark, make Batman a little bit weird. He's a little bit like, he's got some issues, and you make him a little bit like scary in the shadows and stuff. That's pretty easy to do, and it's cool. It's automatically cool because he's dark and all that. You can't make Superman is not easy to make cool. He's got a red and blue costume, red boots, traditionally red shorts over his blue tights, which is, in my mind, the way he should look. It kind of looks weird if you don't have it. But if you're going to look at a guy walking around, a guy lands like, okay, if he saved your life dressed like that, you don't care. But if he's like, if you just saw him like walking around, and you're like, dude, like, why do you have to dress like this? Like, you could easily do what you're doing without dressing like this. So it's not like really a cool look. So you're gonna make a movie, you have to try and, how are you gonna make this acceptable? That's what they tried to do with the Man of Steel. I think they tried to even with Superman Returns, they tried to darken it up with like his costumes. The reds weren't bright red. They made the shorts smaller. I don't know what the reasoning for that was, but the cape, all the reds were like kind of like burgundy, thinking that that's gonna somehow make it better. Don't know why they did that. Bad choice. So now they're back to the bright colors. Anyways, let's open this. What I did was I used the beer gun. The beer gun, I injected some CO2 into the empty, so I got a carbonation drop in there. I put in CO2 into the bottle for like a few seconds, 10 seconds or whatever. So there was no oxygen in there. Then you start filling up slowly with beer. But I could not do it slow enough to not have like foam in there. I don't know if it's because there was like partial carbonation in the Fermzilla, or I'm using like the absolute lowest amount of pressure CO2 in the tank to use the beer gun. Anything less and no beer would come out. But it was still kind of foaming up. So I eventually like foamed up a ton of beer coming out and wasted about a pint of beer doing 5 bottles of beer. So I don't think that's normal, but that's what happened. And then I put a little bit of more of like CO2 in the bottle so that there was no air in there, and then I closed it. This bottle in particular is not the same as the other bottles. I bought new bottles, but this one was one that I had, and this is the one that I want to test. I'm just using this one as a test. If this one worked, then I know the other ones will be decent and they'll all work, and then I'll take them with me. If this one doesn't work, I'm not sure. I still might take the other ones, because I know this I don't think seals as well as the other ones. This is an older bottle. But if this does work, if this did get carbonated, then definitely the other ones worked. So this is the test bottle. Here we go. I've never opened this. I left this in the bottle. It's pretty much 3 weeks, 1 day short of 3 weeks sitting in my garage like this. And this one is because it's a clear bottle. I had a toque over it so that in case the light was going to damage it. The other bottles are brown. Man, I have talked a lot on this. Here we go. I don't expect this to just blow up or anything, because it was like 1 carbonation drop. Well, it worked. And it scared the shit out of me. It's carbonated. I don't know if it's carbonated enough, but let's try it. Looking good. Am I gonna get enough? Am I gonna have enough? Is my glass big enough? Because I gotta get... Do I want all that? Maybe I don't want all that. There's a lot of shit in the bottom there. I don't think I want all of that. I want to get some of it. It's already much more hazy. This is the real deal. This is the stuff that's... because it's got the yeast element in it. This is... yeah, that's probably as far as I'll go, because look at that. I don't need any more than that, do I? There. Yeah. Because that's like... that's pretty gross. But this is great. It smells a little different. It's the exact same everything though. Came out of the same source. It's not as cold, I don't think. But not bad. It feels decently cold. Here we go. You know, it's a lot murkier Murkier? Yeah, murkier. It's a lot. I mean, you saw. This was like a clear, like a lager. It tastes different too. But not in a bad way. In general, another success. Like I haven't had one. The worst beer I made was probably the English bitter. The one that I had the clog and I had to dump it, and it was very murky looking. Someone asked if it was oxidized, but it wasn't. It was just basically like this, but a brown, unappealing looking color, and it's not supposed to look like that. Whereas this one is kind of supposed to look like this. That's not a bad color at all. Might be a little, it's definitely more hazy than this one was, but also remember, I didn't dump all of it in. Anyway, I've now made, what is this, my 7th beer. And so if you're on my level, you see what I'm doing, and I'm having success. I haven't had any issues. I just really make sure that when my fermenter is clean. It's kind of annoying. The Fermzilla that I've got is a little annoying that you have to take apart. There's too many parts on it. I don't need all those parts that come off, and then you gotta make sure there's too many crevices and stuff in there to clean, and I don't benefit from it. But overall, I still like it. Keep that always clean, sanitized before I clean it very well. Sanitize it when I'm done my brew, and then when I'm doing a new brew, clean it again and sanitize it. I haven't done anything where I have to open the fermenter and put anything in where there's a chance of screwing that up with like some sort of contamination. Haven't done anything like that yet, so maybe that's why I haven't had any issues, because you really probably have to mess up something pretty serious to have an issue from the beers that I've done. Yeah, I will take these with me on my trip, because that's good enough I think that's good enough. But while I'm drinking it, I'm not sure I'm enjoying it as much, but it might be because it's not quite as cold. Maybe it's because it's not quite as carbonated. And maybe because it has too much crap in it. Let me just do it straight up. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to do the grimacing face, but it's okay. This. Yeah, that's refreshing. It's good. So, what do you think about Superman?
I like it.
What do you like about Superman?
I just like the movie.
Yeah, because he is just in the movie. Like, he's not for real.
Yeah. But the guy is real.
What guy?
Superman.
Superman's real?
Well, no. Well, but when he's a kid. Like when he's a normal person, he's real.
You mean like the actor?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But what do you like about Superman?
I just like the movie, and I like the costume. I like it that you showed it to me, because I'll be happy. But if you haven't, I won't even like it, because I never heard of it. Well, I did heard of it, but I haven't
But when you when you watch the movie and you see Superman, what makes you like him?
Because he has powers, and I like his powers. His powers are nice.
Like, what are his best powers?
Like, his laser eyes. I never even know he has laser eyes, and it's just so cool that he has it. Because I don't really know that he has it, but now I saw it on the show.
What show did you see the laser eyes?
I don't remember. I think it was like on, like,
I think it was Superman and Lois
yeah,
TV show.
yeah,
Yeah, because the laser eyes in the Christopher Reeve ones, which is the one she's talking about, he does, but it's more like heat. It's almost like heat eyes.
yeah. It's like heat. Like, it makes it everything like hot, but it looks like laser.
Like he's melting things.
Yeah, he's like melting. Like, he is making like a fire. Like he's doing a campsite.
But does Superman seem like a nice person?
Yeah. Because he's a superhero.
But he's like a
Yeah, but some movies, remember that movie when he turned bad? That's when he wasn't. The one where there was a good guy and a bad guy together.
oh like Bizarro. Like he was like the bad version of Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his costume was a little more darker. That's true.
Yeah. And it was a little bit scratched up. Yeah.
And then he just turned nice again. And I really like it that he turned nice again because,
Oh, actually, you're talking about in Superman. Remember when they were fighting and he was throwing tires on? One of them threw tires on the bad. He threw tires on the bad one.
yeah.
And then the good one was put through some sort of like compactor. Like they were on like a junkyard or something.
Yeah, but Dad, why are you holding this?
It's a microphone. That way they can hear you talking.